the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which hide?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people, Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
The propagandists are proper to the needs of this minister and the president.
Give us access to our money.
I've always said there are two sides of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which hide?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people, Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
The propagandists are proper to the needs of this minister and the president.
Give us access to our money.
I've always said there are two sides of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which hide?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people, Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
The propagandists are proper to the needs of this minister and the president.
Give us access to our money.
Good morning and welcome to Open Conversation on Atlantic Television Network. Open Conversation is the network's flagship political platform through which trending political news, events and stories are discussed with stakeholders. Through these conversations, ATN uses political talks about specific issues, party system and actor to explore hope and engender positive impact to the society. Today on Open Conversation, we'll look at the stories. First, Rivers State. APC releases new dates for elective congresses. Still on Rivers State, APC will take over completely, Ganduje boast. And then on to Edo State, APC counters government's claim on request for documents. On Osun State, APC beat PDP, BICA over ban on Olaiya flyover. On Benue State, suspended AG working for Akume Group alleges. On PDP, Governors Forum alleges one-party state plan by APC. We are open for advert placements, bookings and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll delve right into the show. Do not go away.
I've
always said there are two sides of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which hide?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your bits on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water, and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats, and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women, and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors, and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809-233-3955. Every second counts.
This is powered by Atlantic Television Network.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act, I thought that critical belief of this minister and the
I've always said there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites, which I am.
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water, and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats, and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women, and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors, and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809-233-3955. Every second counts.
This is Howard Atlantic Television Network.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
Place economic stability and confidence.
As always said, there are two types of people: the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the government. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
Place economic stability and confidence. Of this minister and the
As always said, there are two types of people: the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
place and confidence. Representatives are top of critical needs of this minister and the
As always said, there are two types of people: the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on Open Conversation this morning is Emmy Ferrer, a political analyst. Good morning, Emmy, and welcome.
Good morning, Laurentians, and Nigerians, good morning.
Are you looking good, by the way, Emmy?
It's Nigeria now.
Nigeria is making you look good.
My beloved country.
All right, very well. And on to the story. APC releases new dates for elective congresses, and this is the press statement from APC. The All Progressive Congress has approved new dates for the earlier postponed River State chapter's elective congresses as follows. Ward congresses scheduled for Saturday, November 16, 2024. And then on to local governments congress scheduled for Saturday, November 23, 2024. And state congresses is scheduled for Saturday, November 30, 2024. The decision was reached at the meeting of the National Working Committee held on Wednesday, October 23, 2024 at the party's National Secretariat in Abuja. Other schedule of activities related to the congresses will be announced in due course. Signed, Felix Moka, ESQ, National Publicity Secretary, All Progressive Congress. Amy, what do you make of this story? Recall that they scheduled, the earlier scheduled congresses was cancelled, and now they have come up with a new date in November. How do you see this playing out, considering that APC in Rivers State is currently factionalized?
You see, the idea of forming a political party in a democratic system is to have people who have one mind, people who can politic together with the idea or with the mindset of winning an elections and forming a government of the place. And APC is a family who have, been able to form some kind of synergy within the members all these years since 2015. And I believe that just organizing your congresses where your house is, is on fire, you are fashionalized and all that, will not actually give you the unity, because this is democracy. Democracy is a game of number. You need the people to be on your side. You need everybody to be on board for you to win that majority, because one talking to another, if you have, for an instance, 100 persons who believe in an agenda, out of that 100 persons, if you make it mandatory that as you are going, talk to one person, the other person talk to one person, each person talking to one person, it means you have spoken to 200 persons. And those 200 persons speak to another 200. So you keep on multiplying in a geometric form. That is the idea of a political party. But if you think you want to, police yourself to an extent that you are fashionalized and you have so much imbroglio with existing between, you might not actually get the required support that you need in an what they have seen. That yes, there are states that we need to put together, like River State, for instance. We need them all together for us to have a unison party in the states, and probably to fictions in River State. My only problem with APC, they have seen, by special grace of God, I have traveled around this country, and I can tell of the politics in the north, I can tell of the politics in the west, I can also tell of the politics in the east, here in the south. I believe in APC here in River State, and I think by and large in the south, there is really a problem. There is a problem. You have men who just believe in their personal interests and they don't even believe in the party. And when an opportunity is given to them to serve in the name of the party, either a government or whatever, what they do is to drive that agenda. You don't have them, putting their mind in the interest of the party. Let us see how promote the party. Let us see how we can make the party a household name. Let us see how we can make the people fall in love with the party. Let us see how we can gather more people together and ensure that we have the mass party in the state. You don't see people like that. What they do is think about themselves, probably maybe carry their family members along, and one or two persons whom they will give some crushes, and you talk as if the party is actually on ground and existing, and the party is working together as a party that is expected. APC is very lucky that it is a party that is generally accepted in the west and in the north. If it were to be the mindset of the south side and in the south, I think APC will not win anything. APC will be thrown out, because majority of the people, they entrusted this power in their hands in order to drive their party. They don't really care about the party.
South.
They don't care about the party. They don't care about the party. What they do about themselves. The next thing they do to run to media where they feel that maybe they need to make certain paint a picture as if yes, they are actually running the party, moving the party. People are within the. No, there is nothing like that. To say that false information to the national that they are putting the party together. Why there's nothing like that? I remember there was a time I went to Lagos on one invitation. The meeting I went to, after the meeting, then like somebody went ahead and told us that Emi Firaga is around and all that. I was so surprised, and from there they called me. I went somewhere. A CTC chairman paid for an accommodation, a hotel for me to live. And as I was, what is the issue? They say, we saw what you have been doing for the party and all that. I say, doing for which party are you actually referring to? Because I'm at loss. They say, APC, you've helped us, certain information, certain this, certain that, you fight. If I say, what I'm just doing as a Nigerian. I love truth. And that is what I've been there saying. And that truth has actually helped. If not, they would have finished APC in those areas. Just imagine people having that kind of mindset. In the West, I live in South here. I live in Rivers, Port Harcourt. But imagine going to the West. People are one or two things you've done. But in APC, Rivers State, and they don't even care about you. They don't care if you are even the party member. As a party member, what they need you for is what they want to use, after which they shut down the ladder. Right. And you continue that trajectory. So APC, as they are trying to, organize their congresses, what they expect them to do is to look for men who believe in the party, right. Men who believe in the idea of the party, and men who will stick to the party, and not transactional politicians who will want to shout your hooray today, and when a better offer comes, they shift and you become a shit in their own eyes again, and mind, they will propagate all manner of things again because a better offer has come. Right. These are not really true party men. Okay. Now you've spoken about the strength of APC in the South. I want to cast your mind a bit to the Edo State APC and what transpired prior to the Guba elections. You will agree with me, or you recall that it was balkanized. In fact, they primaries, the fallout of that primaries. The current governor-elect and his deputy, and how the primaries, there was a rerun, and what happened at the end of the day. PDP had exactly the same problem. Labour Party also had that, and to a large extent, Labour Party's own escalated to litigation. Now, PDP lost members even more and more, but Ganduje was able to pull APC together in Edo State, reconciled all the factions, and they went into that election with one voice. The same thing is playing out in Ondo State as well, where Ganduje has also paid a visit with other APC bigwigs and national leaders, and they are currently pushing for unity in order to clinch the governorship seat. Now, the question is, when it comes to Rivers State, Edo, by the way, is in South, because you had concerns around South. That was why I had to point out Edo. Are we looking at the individuals now, or the ability of the party? I mean, with these upcoming congresses, the ability of the party to close rank and file, to also bring the same wisdom that they applied in Edo State and they applied in Ondo State now, to, reconcile warring factions and go into these world congresses. Because you recall what happened with PDP world congresses, in PDP Congress in Rivers State. A faction of PDP went to court to get court order to stop the Congress from holding. Now, we have the Emeka Beke faction that did not said they don't recognize him as the substantive chairman of PDP, as the substantive chairman of APC in Rivers State. And on the other hand, you have Tony Okocha, who was the CTC caretaker committee, but ousted by the court judgment. And even after that court judgment, his tenure expired. National Working Committee still reinstated him again. Now, in face of all these things, how do you see this playing out? The National Working Committee, Tony Okocha has the blessing of the National Working Committee. Emeka Beke does not have the blessing of the National Working Committee. The same National Working Committee is organizing this elective Congress. It might not favor Emeka Beke. Emeka Beke might want to fight back. How do you see this playing out at the end of the day? You see, a party, a political party, is a conglomeration of interests. People who want to actualize their political interests, fusing themselves into political party. But the paramount thing is that the interests of the party ought to prevail over every other interest. But in this part of the world, many people want their interest, to supersede the interest of the party, which is abnormal in politics. In the case of Rivers State, all I said earlier, I think if you narrow them down, Rivers State is is more of corporates.
Culprit.
Yes, to the scenario I painted at that time. More of Edo State. You see the likes of Oshomole and the other persons, the way they organize the party. But River State is very, somehow, I don't want to use an offensive word. So in River State, I don't understand the kind of politics. Let me come in this manner. I don't understand how they see a political party. Political party, sometimes you sacrifice for the party to grow, because you believe that in that interest of the party, that is where your interest will be actualized. But if you think that your interest must supersede and everything must go your own way, not that you want the party to grow, but because you want to, grab one or two things, and that is all, I think you always have a problem. For if there is one among the many kudos you are to give to APC, one of them is, I think, the ability to manage themselves under this Tinubu administration. They have proven some form of leadership. Human beings will always quarrel. But after they quarrel, what do? Do you go your various ways, or you manage yourself, you come together again and form a better unity and all that? APC have been doing this. They have a way of talking to their members and bringing them on board. And that is what I also wanted to transport to River State. In River State, I think you standing up to even fight your party, taking your party to court, I think it's an aberration. Because the party have a mechanism for resolving crisis. It's a party affair, and court have ruled several times that the party, so is supreme when it comes to party matters. So I expected politicians to understand this, that party is supreme when it comes to party matters. If you have grievances, things you don't like about the happenings in the party, I think there are channels you are supposed to,
there is a way the politicians coin these matters before the court that probably will force the court to entertain it. Now, most times, the politicians do not go to court praying the court to give judgment over a certain situation. They use this language. They ask the court to interpret the party constitution. Now, in the course of interpreting the party constitution, the court, of course, will make some statements, and that is the judgment.
Yeah,
haven't you seen that play out severally? They will tell you, we've gone to court to ask the court to interpret the constitution of the PDP.
I think,
or the APC.
You as a member of a party, in my own sense and my own orientation, I think you doing that in the first place, you ought to be sanctioned.
All right.
You ought to be sanctioned, because you just took the party outside. You just showed that you can submit yourself to leadership. So, do you mean that if the party a certain area and the best way to resolve the matter is to go to court, or you play the politics within the party and find a means to resolve the crisis and ensure that the party stick together?
In the case of River State, now, how do you see this playing out? Because do you think that Emeka Beke, who has not enjoyed the support of the National Working Committee, do you think they would just, sit by and let this just happen, knowing that since they are not even enjoying the blessing of the National Working Committee, their chances might be very slim?
I think I can do it all alone.
How do you see it playing out?
That is what I want to. I think I can do it all alone mentality is actually one of our doing in the South Side when it comes to politics. We just believe that as long as I am there, I'm in charge. Therefore, I can do things the way I want and all that. You see, this is politics. You see, there are political philosophers who say that politics is a means for resolving crisis. So if politics is a means for resolving crisis, and you feel that at the time you fall out of grace within the party, what are you expected to do? You lobby your way out again. You politic to bring yourself on board, to favor. You disagree to agree in party. People will always disagree. People will always fall out of favor. What makes you to fall out of favor? Trace your step back. Find a way around. You play the politics, you lobby. Yes, I am here, but here I am. I can do here, I can do here. You see the party, bringing you on board again. But you thinking that, okay, this is I am the chairman, or I'm in charge at the state level, therefore I can do this, nobody should tell me what to do. People will tell you because the state doesn't have their own party. APC is one, PDP is one, it's registered as one umbrella, the other one is registered as one broom. So you are just a unit of the larger broom, or one of the seed of the broom, or a spoke of the umbrella. So you are just one. The umbrella is still there existing. It is the umbrella that brings it. Although you are one of the pillar, that doesn't mean that you are above the umbrella, or you are above the broom. So you need to put yourself within the broom for you to have, you know, a kind of a recognition in the functions of the party. So play yourself back, and not to say that, oh, since you don't recognize me, therefore I must impose myself on the party through court. The party will throw you out.
All right.
The party will throw you out and say exist, and then you will go to court. Court will still tell you that it's a party affair, and then you'll be at a loss. So let all of them, you know, try to subsume this their interest, so the interest of the party, and see they can. Emeka Beke fall out of grace today, can still be recalled and join only if you don't see yourself or make yourself as a means to antagonize the party and the national. You can't fight the party. Not that the party will just throw you out and find your replacement with it. You know, transactional politicians are there. If you are one of them, there are other transactional politicians who are just looking for an opportunity to fight you. So they are always there, and you're looking around. So don't give them that room to take your place, but rather play the politics with them. Go to the national, play the politics. Hey, yes, I have seen, here I have come. All I've seen are falling short of the glory. But now let us come together and see how we can bring
under
the broom, so that we can sweep all the bad, all the dirt away from River State and ensure that River State, you know, shines brighter.
All right, still on the broom and sweeping River State. National Chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has said the party is set to take over the political structures of River State. He boasted the oil-rich state belongs to the governing party. Ganduje spoke on Wednesday night when the APC National Working Committee received the Rivers 2023 governorship candidate of the Action Alliance, Dr. Dawari Ibietela George, into the ruling party. Receiving the former federal lawmaker to the fold, Ganduje maintained as a skilled politician, the defection of George to the ruling party will help APC to garner more votes and completely take over the state. The national chairman said that there will be a bigger rally in River State to formally receive the new entrant, whom he described as a big fish, along with his teeming supporters. We are happy to have you join our fold, he said. I know that you are a good politician who contested the election and won, and also contested the election and lost. So get ready for us. River State is our state. In River State, you know we need a rain of votes. So Rivers, be ready for us. Rivers will be completely APC. We have our caretaker committee that will welcome you there. But very soon, we will hold congresses in River State to elect our party leadership in APC. Therefore, those who are coming with you will be given opportunity to participate in the World Congress, Local Government Congress, and the State Congress of our party. So, Mr. George, we want you to feel at home because we are brothers. We welcome you into our party. We are bent on deepening democracy in our country. So we assure you that as you have come back home, you now have equal status with all members of our party. There will be full participation for you, and your views will be accommodated, and that of all your followers who are coming back to the party as well. George, who was until 2022 a member of APC, appreciated the chairman and members of the National Working Committee for receiving him. Addressing the APC National Working Committee members, the elated returnee said, "When I left the party, everybody knew, and now I don't want to come back to the party through the back door. Hence, they need to visit the National Secretariat of the party." He promised to actively contribute to the development of the party at all levels, assuring his full cooperation with the leadership of APC. What do you make of this story, Amy?
I think, George, with all due respect to him, if you critically consider the scenario now and the situation playing out, this is one of the prodigal sons. So, like in the religious book where we saw a prodigal son who took part of his inheritance You know, he compared the father to give him his own portion of his wealth, and the father, he went there and squandered. He came back. The father also received him with much celebration. So I think that is what the APC have just demonstrated, you know, receiving one of their own who wants, you know, derailed, who wants to, you know, fail out of part. Rather than taking the party to court, he went on his own path and decided to return. And APC are receiving him. If you recount, I think we just talked about APC preparing to organize their congresses in the state. These are part of the politics towards the congresses.
I was actually coming there because I'm looking at the timing of returning to APC in Rivers State. Question would be, why now? And now Ganduje is telling him, you have the full right to do whatever your members, your supporters, when they come now. A waiver has been given.
Yes.
A waiver has been given. They can fully participate in the congresses at all levels in the state.
Yes. These are people now who understand the tide. They know where the tide is going.
And you talked about lobbying.
Yes.
Going to the national.
Yes. They are starting from there. You know, to win that grace, a guy is a prodigal son. So you need to win the confidence and support of the father for you to have access to all his wealth again. So this is what Mr. George just did. Going to the mainstream, try to win more support, win more confidence. Integrated. So for him to be integrated fully and participate, having all the rights to participate in the congresses, this is the kind of policy. He's seen the tide. If you want something from a party, what you do, you make your calculations right. Politics sometimes is like mathematics. This is where many people don't know. You sit back, you calculate. Where is this one going to? And where is this one going to? Paraventure, I come to this point. What formula do I need to apply? Is it A or B? Is it 2 or 3? Is it 1? There are times you can add 1 plus 1, it will still be 1. There are times you can even add 1 plus 100, it will give you 100. In politics, it can give you 1. But in the main mathematics, we get 101. But in politics, sometimes you give you 1. 100 plus 1 is 1. Sometimes it can even be thousands. You can even add 1 plus 1. Sometimes it can give you 10 in politics. So once you put these calculations together, you will be able to understand where to fuse yourself and flow along with the tide. This is what is just there now. And every politician will always be boastful. They will tell you that we win. After all, if you observe critically the presidential election, some party that don't even have offices in local government, you have somebody telling you that I am the presidential candidate, and we will win. We will win. You know, in the very last line victory, we are in charge. They are always winning, even when they have no base. This is politics for you. So Ganduje happens to be fortunate, you know, is the chairman of the ruling party. There is no unit, there is no word today in Nigeria where you will not find APC. I doubt if there will be a family where you will not find APC in Nigeria today, because everything we are somehow political.
Now, to the large extent, does that inform this strong statement by Ganduje that APC will completely take over Rivers State?
As a politician, what do you expect him to say? He will tell you APC will win in a landslide victory. There will be no opposition. They will win all through. Okay. He's been optimistic, and that is known for politics. You need to be optimistic. You know, when you are optimistic, you sell this idea that yes, you are fully on ground. You are taking over. And you also sending fears to the spine of your opposition. Then we think the way this man is coming, they might win. Why other people will say, APC has actually exerted the authority, that we win. Let me join now. When they win, I will be part of the mainstream. So people will begin to join. But I also trust these people with their political prowess, Ganduje and the rest. Maybe they have started their mathematics already, trying to, you know, to win Rivers State. Although there are people, the incumbent governor is an opposition party, but the other party are also, you know, playing their game, like just like in Edo, we have the incumbent losing to the opposition.
So anything is possible right now.
Anything is possible.
Considering the fact that Rivers State PDP is not even speaking with one voice. So is it possible that what played out in Edo State, because one of the things to a large extent that could have given rise to Edo State PDP losing Edo State, was the fact that the house was balkanized. At some point, heavyweights like Ibinedium, Dan Obi, they all left and went to APC with their teaming followers and their grassroots supporters.
Loresha, I tell you, if you view the politics of Edo State with a very, analytical lens, you will discover that one of the major factors that enthroned APC again in Edo State is consistencies. They were very consistent.
All right.
The leadership of the party have been so consistent, politicking right from beginning, and continue to win members subtly until the larger display we saw. But in Rivers State, you have APC who is very consistent to that extent. You have APC who will tell you it's all about the property and appointment.
All right.
And once you get the appointment, anything that is coming out you have to do with APC is their own. Except your name is mentioned, that is where you want to fund it. That is where you want to see playing a role. But once you see that the ground is so silent and quiet, or the leadership are coming around, you run to media, you make noise, and there is nothing on ground. I pray probably they might learn from my door and be consistent in their politics. Having focus on the mandate.
All right. Crisis in the Joint Transition Committee set up by the government of Edo State and All Progressive Congress continued on Thursday as the All Progressive Congress Committee, headed by former Deputy Governor Dr. Pius Odubu, responds. A statement on Thursday by the Secretary of the APC Transition Committee, Right Honorable Patrick Ekarade, accused the state government of reneging on the documents they requested and that what they provided was too scanty to cover the scope of work. The state government, through the Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehikari, had accused the APC committee of constituting itself into an inquisitive committee by requesting documents that only the governor can hand over to the incoming governor. At a press briefing on Wednesday, Nehikari claimed that the government committee had provided the documentation in digital form, but that the APC committee members insisted on hard copy documents, which he had also provided to them, adding that the members will continue to come for meetings until October 30th to provide information the APC's transition committee requires or wants, as long as it is within the transition committee mandate. But the statement by Ekariale claimed that the outgoing administration has not presented the necessary documents that will enable a smooth transition process, a situation that has hindered the work of the APC Transition Committee. He said despite the cordial atmosphere that pervaded the committee's inaugural meeting, the government team tried to scandalize the APC committee with outlandish claims that they were asking for sitting allowances and that their request for hard copies was because members of the APC were not tech savvy. He said, "We find these claims vexatious, underwhelming, insulting, barbaric, and completely misleading. Nothing of such was discussed or raised during and after our plenary." Ekariale said the APC stated at the inaugural meeting that documents to be submitted should be in soft and hard copies for ease of reference, and that this position was agreed upon by both teams, adding that it followed this up with a formal letter, but that the two sets of documents sent so far are scanty and vague in respect of the expected details covering the scope of the information sought. The statement said the APC committee requested a total of 23 documents under various subtitles like all assets and liabilities, all Edo State assets located outside the state, detailed reports of all Federation account allocation committee, and internally generated revenue reports 2020 till date, among others. We wish to put on record that a status report is expected to cover all headings and subheadings in the governance process, especially the details of the financial commitments on the various projects, programs and responsibilities of the government. The incoming government, the people of Edo State, and taxpayers deserve to know the status of affairs. We have not constituted ourselves into a probe panel. Requests for information and documents should not be seen as fishing for trouble or asking for too much, as this is in conformity with international best practices. The idea of trying to blackmail the APC Transition Committee is in bad taste And most unfortunate, the APC Transition Committee is populated by professionals and persons of high repute under the leadership of former Edo State Deputy Governor, His Excellency Dr. Pius Odobu. He vowed that the APC committee will work to complete its assignments in line with its terms of reference. Amy, what do you make of this back and forth between the Edo State Transition Committee and the Governor-elect's Transition Committee of the APC?
I think, can Edo State just have peace? Yes, politicking is very paramount. You've politicked, you've won elections, you've lost elections, and now it is time to put Edo State together. Although, yes, the document requested by the APC Transition Committee, I think they are very vital. You need this document, you know, as a guide. You need this document for reference purposes and also as evidence. Where you say, we have this, I left this, I left that. You left them where? So everything should be stated and be seen as point of reference to enable the incoming administration, you know, to kickstart with. And it will be a guide to them. But when these things are not there, what do? We have politicians who have certain orientation. I won't say the Nigeria breed, because we saw people of integrity in this country. We have people of integrity in this country. We have people who actually want the good of Nigeria. If they see something of public here, they won't take, they won't steal it, but rather they will prefer to use it for all, and everybody will be happy. There are people like that. There are also people who are criminally minded, who find their way into the corridors of power, who will want to, you know, expropriate everything to themselves. Everything about them, politics to them is all about looting, you know, diversion, siphoning, and, you know, enriching yourself at the detriment of the people. That is, for them, that is politics. Anything outside of this, you are not playing politics. So when you are faced with a situation like that, it is proper, you need proper documentation. This document will serve as means to ask questions. But in asking these questions and making reference or making requests for this document, there are things that are also needed. The peace of Edo State. How many governors are actually, you know, honestly, when you say honestly, you know, transiting document to the incumbent, the incoming one, transparently? How many of them? Except where party is taking over from same party, Afia, they will just say father and son, like we saw in Rivers State at the time, father and son matter, that later turned to father enemy, son enemy, or whatever. They will just say, I left it, nobody asks questions. That is all. But the actual document that will serve as a guide and in-rule for the administration to actually succeed are not there. They don't present these ones because so many things have gone through the waters. So many hands have exchanged and so many darkness, you know, have beclouded so many documents, so many activities of government. And these things, they want to keep them in secret and remain in that dark mood. When the other party who took over is coming, we want to find out because they want to nail. They are very eager to nail. They are very eager to expose. You know, they want to portray themselves as the angel that is coming. So these are the back and forth. I think that is what is happening there. One say you demanded, we must find a way to blackmail. Paint this one, demonize them. They are asking for money. Maybe they are actually asking, or probably they are not asking, but you must find a way, you know, to cover your shady dealings. Because there are certain things that will nail you if you present them, and you don't want to present them. You want to, you know, keep them aside for Edo people in your account, or for Edo people in your private property abroad. All these are Edo people. Because you are the, you are the Edo people. So as you are using them for yourself and your family, Edo people is using them. Despite that the Edo people are actually hungry, are starving in Edo soil, while you are the Edo people enjoying all the good things of life on behalf of Edo people. So these are some of the games they are playing right there. But I think Edo people should ask more questions. Whether you are giving, you are not giving, you still have room to probe, to carry out your own investigations.
Okay.
Find out how much were actually paid from 2020 to this day as IGR. How much did you earn? How much did you get? What came from FAC from this year to this year? How were the money expended? And on what purpose? On what project? Are the project completed? Are they substandard? What do I even say? Substandard. Do we have standard projects? What did you see people? I have built a road, 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers. What standard? International standard. Everything here is international. We are always international. International standard, best practices. The road that we fizzle away in 3 months. International standard. That cannot even measure the road the military tied. That are still in existence. Or some persons have built for the past 10, 20 years. But your own is standard, international. Compare, in fact, the best in Europe. Cannot measure your own. But in 3 months' time, you go to that place, you see no road again. What you will see, you are welcome pothole. That will welcome you, damaging your car and finding the place difficult. The international standard have become a pothole, a menace. That is the issue here. But I think in all of this, Edo people should allow, to experience peace, and the development they aim for should be given to the dividends of democracy.
All right. Well, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. Do not go away.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809-233-3955. Every second counts.
This is powered by Atlantic Television Network.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To forget this act, I thought that we needed to leave of this minister and the president.
Give us access to our money within the chance.
As always said, there are two sets of people: the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the coward and the hypocrites. Which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act, I call for critical release of this minister and the government.
Give us access to our money we put in the
As always said, there are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the coward and the hypocrites, which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act, I call for critical release of this minister and the government.
Give us access to our money we put in
As always said, there are two sets of people.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Benue Anti-Corruption Watch, a socio-political organization, has accused the suspended Benue State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Benson Mayin, of working with the Secretary to Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, to undermine Governor Hyacinth Alia's administration. Specifically, this group alleged that Akume, a former governor of the state who nominated the suspended commissioner for Governor Alia last year, was the one who allegedly encouraged him to join in the suit filed before the Supreme Court by some state governors praying for an order to scrap the EFCC and the ICPC. In a statement signed by its president, Mr. John Tiom, the Anti-Corruption Watch Group maintained that Mim was allegedly instructed by Akume to join in the lawsuit aimed at scraping the anti-graft agencies, contrary to President Bola Tinubu's policy. Tion expressed concern that Mim's actions were orchestrated to create tension between Governor Alia and President Tinubu, similar to the crisis Akume allegedly instigated between former Governor Samuel Otom and former President Muhammadu Buhari during his tenure as Minister of Special Duties. The group wondered why a state commissioner for justice would join a suit which was instituted by some governors to scrap the Nigeria's anti-graft agencies without informing his principal or without authorization of his principal, Governor Alia. The group questioned Mien's decision to join the lawsuit without Governor Alia's knowledge or authorization, saying it was clear that his loyalty lies with Akume rather than the governor. The group said Mien's action clearly showed that he was working for the SGF to make the governor look as if he is attacking the anti-corruption crusade of the federal government under President Tinubu. The group applauded Governor Alia for suspending him and urged him to find a replacement immediately, even as it called for the State Attorney General's immediate prosecution, citing alleged fraudulent acts during his tenure as Attorney General. Emmy, what do you make of this story?
I think you just mentioned group. It's a group of persons.
Anti-Corruption Watch Group.
Yes.
Benue State Anti-Corruption Watch.
Benue State put together by somebody. I gave them that title to operate with. I think with that title, I applaud them. I think we need more anti-corruption watch people to watch how our money are being stolen and looted and all that. We need more people to watch that. But I think there is also need for us to make a proper distinction between two events here.
All right.
EFCC does not belong to President Tinubu. EFCC is not President Tinubu's property. In fact, EFCC existed before Tinubu was inaugurated as president, right? So it's not Tinubu's property. EFCC is an anti-graft agency, a conscience of Nigerians. Let us put it in that perspective. Let's just paint a scenario, assuming we don't have EFCC today in Nigeria. Yes, some people will say, what are they doing? There are also some corrupt people within the EFCC, which even the chairman have pointed at this fact. Yes, EFCC may have also failed in certain areas, but let us just assume for a minute that we don't have EFCC in Nigeria. We'll finish. Our governors, I'm sorry to say this, some of the governors will have finished us. Hunger. We are crying hunger now. This will just be a kind of a child's play for us. Politicians will have looted, including the money in your house. They will come and loot it. The one you labor for, they will come and loot it because nothing is ever satisfactory to them. They want to loot and loot. Poverty mentality. Loot, including the one they don't need. They want to steal it. They want to loot. So assuming we don't have EFCC, who also question them a little, we will be finished. So if we have this kind of agency in Nigeria, as some people are ganging up together to ensure that it is scrapped, which enemy are we looking for again? Which enemy? Oh, Nigeria is not working. What are the causes are we looking for again? Are we not seeing them? They are rarely before us now. They are telling us that we don't want Nigeria to work. If you make me a governor, the state automatically becomes mine. I choose what to do with it. If I like, I sentence you all to hunger or everlasting. If I like, I make you jobless or everlasting. It is my right, my discretion to so do. This is what they are pursuing. They want a situation that where no man question them, they can do and undo. They want to be more powerful even than the president. They want to compete with God. You know, God sometimes do consult. They say, let us make man in our image. That was what the Bible records. Let us, that is consultation. But the governor don't want something like that. They want to say, I make you and I will make you. So they want anything that seems to be a threat to this their inordinate quest to be out of the way. And they joined together and went to court. Is it not unfortunate? This is something that every Nigeria, the state you are, don't think that this is APC matter. Oh, once the sky is Tinubu, you are not doing Tinubu anything. It is you. These governors are after you. They are coming after you. That little breath you are breathing, they want to take it. They want to make it out of you. So we must ensure that they don't succeed. We must stop them now before they stop our breath. That is by the way. Then on the issue of the Attorney General joining the suit, I think he who has the right to hire equally has the right to fire. When the anti-graft agency or anti-graft group in Benue State see me deem, you know, they see this thing as fit to name the Attorney General as one who was nominated by
George
Akume, the former governor, who is also the current Secretary General to the Federation, right? They link it to him. They also forgot that it's same Akume that also brought earlier, the Reverend Father. Yes, Akume brought this as well. So why linking one to the other one, leaving the other one? Father and son, River State scenario, right? So they are transporting River State to Benue State. I think that we just need to be very careful. Whatever it is, the anti-graft agency or group should further their investigation to actually know and present facts that this is the unholy politics of George Akume to pitch the incumbent governor against the president. On the other hand, why the Akume group, we also need facts from them to actually state that no, we don't have hand in this one. It's actually the handwork of the governor. Because our politician can be funny. Forget the religious toga. We are Nigerians. We know ourselves. Man, no man. We know what we can do. You understand? So they should investigate and also present their fact that the governor is trying to play a fast one here. That after instructing the Attorney General to do this, he's not trying to pull out and become the sinner sent. That he is not. So when these facts are presented to Nigeria, I think the president cannot make their own decision. In fact, anybody that is fighting federal is not fighting president. The president should not see it like that as well. Right. So then let's present the facts so that we know who actually is fighting EFCC and don't want EFCC to operate in Nigeria.
All right. People's Democratic Party Governors Forum has vowed to resist any attempts to foist a one-party state on Nigeria by the ruling All Progressive Congress. The chairman, PDP Governors Forum and Bauchi State Governor, Bala Muhammad, stated this at a recent forum of the party, which was held at the Bauchi Governors Lodge, Abuja. He said although the PDP is undergoing different challenges at the moment, it will not give room for agents of destabilization to infiltrate the former ruling party. He said the meeting was convened to bring all the organs together and chart a new course for the parties first to win the upcoming governorship election in Ondo State, as well as rescuing Nigeria from APC's misrule in 2027. We would resist with all our strength and capacity any attempt to convert Nigeria into one-party state. We'll make sure that all the dividing forces will not succeed within us. We'll use our experiences and our unity, especially experiences we garnered since 1999, to make sure we provide Nigerians a very good platform with which to actualize their aspirations in 2027. This is a PDP meeting that is bringing every organ of the party so that we can chart a course and ensure that we win in Ondo State. We will continue to win and rescue power from the maladministration of the APC. This meeting is a one-item agenda. It is not a caucus. It is not a governors forum meeting. It is a meeting of the PDP stakeholders with the governors and other organs of the party to discuss and chart a way forward in terms of unifying the party. The country is aware of what we experienced about a week ago, where we had a spate of suspensions and counter-suspensions. But PDP is a wonderful party. We are able to surmount that problem. We are united today under the leadership of Acting National Chairman, Ambassador Iliya Damagum. And that is why we are here, because the governors, the BOT, who are the conscience of the party, discuss matters that will make us succeed in the future and to avoid the kind of happening. We discussed issues that are germane but which are internal, because the PDP magic is that it can always come back, the Bauchi State Governor said. Present at the meeting were Governors Caleb Mofwang, Ademola Adeleke, Sim Fubara of River State, Plateau State, Osun, the Acting National Chairman, Ambassador Iliya Damagum, Chairman Board of Trustees, Senator Adolphus Wabara, Deputy National Chairman, South, Ambassador Tafik Arabaja, and National Working Committee members. Reading the communique at the end of the meeting, Mohammed said, reiterating the need for unity in the face of efforts by detractors to divide the party, the meeting called on all members to shun divisive utterances that could undermine ongoing efforts at strengthening the party to effectively play its role as the country's main opposition preparatory to taking over in 2027. Emi, what do you have to say? Now, the PDP Governors Forum are alleging that the APC has plans to foist the one-party system in the country. I mean, this is a rumor that has been happening over and over again. You remember, you recall that Labour Party, at some point, the Nigerian Labour Congress accused Abure as being a stooge of the ruling party, and he's being used as a weapon to destabilize Labour Party. And now PDP Governors Forum is coming up with this allegation as well. What do you have to say to that?
And you take them serious?
What is your opinion on what they are saying?
You take them serious? Somebody telling you that the ruling party is using Abure, the same Abure who came to change Nigeria, the new face of Nigeria, the same Labour Party who told you that they are angels, forgetting that they were past leaders of one party, past leader in one capacity, past governors, past this and past that, forming themselves together. You know, these politicians, they have a way of, of painting themselves as angels. Believe that Nigerians, many of us, we don't inquire, we don't read, we don't ask questions. We are easily swayed. Anything, every wind that comes, we toss out this way, and politicians will just sit there and be laughing at us. So that is why you always see them coming together and telling you some songs, old songs, they will rebrand it, and even tell you this is a new song and all that. APC said the same thing now. When PDP was in power, APC said the same. Oh, PDP are trying to make Nigeria one party system. Oh, if you go to the opposition, say, oh, this one is trying to do, oh, this one. PDP has said the same thing there. They were laughing at APC for saying the other time. PDP are now the ones saying it. You see, I don't take them serious when I hear rhetorics of this kind. I just say these are the same people. But the point now is, Emi Fieraga will not be swayed. I know where I am. I know my position, and I will continue to ask you questions. So when you tell me you are the angel, I will tell you, welcome my angel. But the question now is, were you former governor? Oh, my angel, were you former leader of any party? Oh, my angel, but I remember that in the Russian program, it was reported that you did this one. Is it true? I will always ask you that question. That is me for you. Then I think on the serious note, we need PDP to come back. I personally need PDP. I don't care how people will this one is supporting.
I'm interested to know your
come back. I need PDP to come back.
What are your reasons?
The reason is, you see, when you allow the ruling party to so reign without a challenge, they won't even know when they are making mistakes. APC even need PDP to be formidable, who will not be as a check on their activities. When you have the opposition telling you that you are buying a phone, the phone you need is not the better one. This one is better than this, and you think that you've gotten the best one. But you now see somebody telling you that this one you will want to improve in getting the better one. You build a project, you will think that you've done the best project so far. But when you have somebody telling you, no, this one is like this, you can even do, we will do it like this, it will help you to improve. So the APC as a party need the PDP to be formidable, you know, who will keep them on their toes. Then as for me, I need the PDP to exist, to be formidable, in order to check APC and ensure that APC will not come up with obnoxious policies.
So you're now looking at two-party systems,
yes,
instead of multi-party system.
No, I am talking about the PDP. We are discussing PDP now. That is why I'm focusing this on PDP. PDP is the largest opposition party currently. So I need the PDP. If the PDP are existing and asking the right questions, non-rhetoric, not political gimmicks, like the way we see in some of the situations, but they are asking the right question, I think APC will do well. APC will now see the need to carry Nigerians along. APC will now know that, yes, there is a day when Nigeria will test them and approve them or reject them. And PDP will help them, you know, to refine them. PDP will be, you know, questioning their activities, and that will help APC to give Nigeria the dividends of democracy. But if we just have one party system where we have APC reigning everywhere, APC will never do well. APC will fail woefully. You know, the Nigerian man, if you are able to achieve one small thing, you will be bragging yourself like that man in the Bible that say, oh, I have gathered wealth, let me stop working, let me be eating and relax. And the Bible says, God say, look at this one, that tonight I will take your soul and you are ended.
APC,
so
yeah, you're not preaching.
So that is the situation.
Right, go ahead.
Why on the issue of rescue, I wonder what PDP is actually coming to rescue. You rescue Nigeria for what you plunge Nigeria into, or what? 1998, 1999, May 29 to be precise, and 1999, May 30, 1999, June 30, a liter of fuel was 20 naira. This fuel we are buying at 1,000 was 20 naira. We have some functional assets like factories in Nigeria. Our electricity was solely owned by government and managed by government. They came with the idea of National Privatization Council headed by somebody, and they were shy privatize. Today they privatize and share them, wheelbarrow everything to their political cronies, and how have they landed us? The refineries that were working partially, they killed them. In fact, the Port Harcourt refineries were okay. It was working, it was okay, nothing happened. But the PDP federal government decided to abandon in order to make it a carcass and wheelbarrow it to their cronies. That is the state we found ourselves with the Port Harcourt refineries today. You say you are coming to rescue Nigeria for what? Show me who you are. Don't tell me, just show me. Let me examine your work. If you want to rescue, show the example from your state. Which of the PDP governor can compete rally with Governor Sowolu today in terms of performance? Which of them can major Governor Sulu? These are APC. So if you want to rescue, now show us the example in your state. We are in River State for 1 year going to 2 years now. No farming, nothing is actually, the only thing is flyover, regrowth, structure, simplified. That is why you are telling me you want to rescue larger Nigeria. And we are not having anything here. that will make Nigeria to APC is failing. Let us go to the PDP.
All right,
No example.
We are out of time. I know that you still have a lot on your mind. You still have a lot to really unburden. But sadly, we have to wrap it up at this point. Thank you so much for coming on Open Conversation.
It's a pleasure.
And thank you so much, our viewers. This is where we wrap it up on today's episode. We are open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and on Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. Do not forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Ogu Laurentia. Transition News comes up next. Do not go away.
And the oppressed, and in between are the coward and the hypocrites, which I
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.